Now, I hope the tube don't get upset at this. Okay, how many seconds can you play it on live or something like before they try to throw you off? Oh man, I'm gonna kick this off. To be thankful. I tell people that all the time. You never know where life can take you and what it can happen. But just be thankful for what you got. No matter what. I am Drake, be Drake with Everything Culture, the podcast for all cultures, the podcast with a purpose. Our mission statement comes from the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which is he believed that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because of segregation. And because of segregation, we have miscommunication. So we created this platform on the pillars of respect, communication, and consistency. So we get to know each other, so we can love one another. And this evening, every Sunday, we go live 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on the clock out through the Zoom, through YouTube, and we chop it up with our audience and our community. This is drop in, drop out. Y'all come in when you're free. Long as you come in with our pillars of respect, communication, and consistency, you are good with me and good with us. Okay. And we have some new faces here. We have Renata. Oh, I'm Renata. I'm listening. I'm getting a little nervous. My apologies. Well, I'll work on it, Renata. Welcome in. She's been chopping it up with us on TikTok. We've met her, and is it IEP coach? Am I correct? I'm missing a part of it.
IEP parent coach. Yes, that's
Hold
correct.
on, hold on, hold on. Let me turn this down a little bit. Is it IEP parent coach?
Yes.
All right, all right. Thank you for joining us.
Wow.
Um, we have Crystal, a frequent. We have Jaya, one of the top moderators. I tell y'all that. Thank y'all for being here tonight. And it's been a productive weekend. I Man, shout out to the Scoop. Good work yesterday. Shout out to the Humble Black Rodeo. Man, it's been a lot of work. Been a lot of good stuff. I can say that. But shout out to y'all. I didn't put out an episode this week. My apology again. I got to get to it. I got to make time for it. But y'all understand. I hope and thank y'all for rocking with me still. We're doing these lives though. We ain't missing these, but we definitely got to put out our episodes. We've been having some awesome conversations. So we got to get a lot of good recordings behind our belt. Also, a shout out like Saturday was busy once again. Shout out to my brother Mike Smith from Seattle, Washington, currently in Houston, Texas. My guy, my barber, okay, the one who keep the beard fresh, trimmed and maintenance, okay, my beardologist. Shout out to him. He was baptized this Saturday, and it was a blessing for me to be in the place. I need to send him these pictures. If y'all see me working through some stuff during this, I am probably just airdropping them photos to my phone and sending them out. I tell y'all this all the time. I love taking pictures, but I'm horrible at uploading them. I have so many pictures of people and family and places that only I can see. Okay, but I need to share them with y'all, man. I truly do. Same thing how I feel about these ideas and these, great suggestions and opinions I have in my head, and maybe y'all need to. I need to share it with y'all too. But hey, once again, welcome in. But let's get to it, man. Well, before it's all, how was y'all week? I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude. How was y'all week?
There you go. Well, I guess I'll go. My week was pretty good. Same old,
Good.
same old.
Okay, we like that. We like that.
Hmm.
I agree. The weekend. Gone too fast.
Mm. You got to be thankful for that. We got to appreciate it while you got it, because Monday
Oh,
will be here before you know it.
hmm.
Yeah, my week has been tiring and productive, working on two separate essays just so I can do it again this coming up week, and then again the week after that.
Yeah, well, you can. You know, what else? What else you gonna do if you don't do it? You know what I mean? Once again, I share my week was man. Work was work. exciting. I tell you that. It was several days. I was like, yeah, y'all got y'all full check out of me today. Y'all worked me for this one. I ain't mad at it, but I quite often express that I'm thankful to make a significant impact at my work. Not only make a significant impact, but I'm also appreciated. That's something that has been expressed frequently. So I appreciate that. Once again, the weekend was great. I already talked about that, but all in all being said, I'm happy to have y'all here. But man, we got our topics. We got our few things. We try to share a few videos what's been happening in the community, and we try to get an understanding from it. And I think one of the top things that's been coming across my FYP is lock the doors. Okay. I've been seeing so much about lock them doors. Okay. And bruh, so many different skits. My people, part of my culture. We could make a joke almost out of anything and everything. Okay, and we're gonna run that. We're gonna run it into the ground too. That's us. Okay, but here we can laugh at it, but we also want to get an understanding from it. Okay, so how many of us grew up in the church? Okay, y'all can raise your hands digitally or just drop in the comments as well. Okay, okay, we got three. We got three. Okay, 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 okay. We how many of us grew up adjacent to the church? Like you may
Adjacent,
not
yeah.
adjacent. Okay, okay. And Court just stepped in. We got to be careful with Court. Um, hey friend, we just starting
Hey,
off.
friend. Hey, everybody.
Hey, we
What I
talking
did?
Hey
I'm
about
in trouble.
girl.
Hello.
no, you ain't in trouble. We talking about
Rita.
locking them doors. Okay, that's what we talking about.
Locking the doors.
Locking the doors. Yes,
Morris, that.
Who?
man.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, yeah, buddy. And what does that look like? Hold on. Same shape. What do you mean, same shape? Now these little. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. They got these new things. You have to get past the bot check, and I'm making sure you're doing the right thing. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you all the video. So as we saw, I like showing straight up what was said, straight up what happened. But our brother Marvin Sapp, okay, not Marvin Sapp. If I say, is it Marvin Sapp?
It was.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp.
It was.
Whew, you know, he wasn't at a church. He was at a convention, but it was a church convention. And the plate was being passed around or something. It was at the fundraising mode, okay? And the statement that he expressed, what's up, Simba, that ain't nobody leaving here till I get these dollars. Until we hit a certain goal, all right? A certain a certain point. And he said to the expressed, he said he expressed it away, y'all go lock them doors. Okay. Am I saying am I wrong? Am I wrong?
He didn't say lock. He said
You
shut.
Shut you.
Never say lock.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you for correcting me. Shut them doors. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hold me accountable because I knew it wasn't lock. I knew it was about saying lock. It was shut them doors. It was shut them doors. Cause look, even when you look it up, it say Marvin Sapp locking doors. Okay, and it was Tim Z hit it. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's about to be.
Oh, wow.
Y'all know I don't. Yeah, y'all know what I like and I don't like. But when they get it, when them other folks get it, now business. Mm. And that's the conversation we're gonna be having. We're gonna be talking about it all, but and all opinions are valued as long as we're respectful about it. You would have dropped your shoulders on the ushers. Oh no. See, listen. I was an
I would
usher.
did it too.
I was an usher. Try it with me. Hey, I would love to keep my gloves white. Okay, that's all I'm trying to tell you. But hey, we peaceful. We peaceful. We peaceful. We're loving, and that was not in the Lord's house, by the way. But Let's see. Let's see. Let me make sure I can share it properly. Make sure it don't start playing. Okay. You know, Tube, y'all show me some love here. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom.
All I necessarily want to know about this whole situation was, how is Sister Johnson doing? Because she made herself the crash test dummy when she was
Yeah,
trying to leave.
yeah,
Oh,
let me
they
lock
have
this
people
up.
trying to leave? I gotta
The
watch this movie.
cost
Can y'all see it?
that is involved.
Mhm.
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving.
Oh, wow.
Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. And they understand the cost
All right.
that is in.
That is the clip of what has been circling around the internet. That is the clip. I don't have access to the full. Let's say that's a minute and about 17 seconds or so. Okay. I would love to know if we had more to see the full thing, if it's available to get an understanding. Was it more context to it? I don't know that right now. We don't know. But from just the 68 seconds that we saw, what are our feelings about this?
It felt kind of shakedownish. Um, I guess you can't. I guess he said to be up there on the platform with him, you have the minimum you have to give is $100, and some people just don't have it like that. I think that to assume that people can give, you know, but also one thing that I was missing, I didn't realize that it was a fundraiser, so it doesn't look like he was trying to, fatten his pockets. It was more for whatever cost they were fundraising for.
Yeah.
But the way he went about it is what I don't like.
Yeah.
So
So,
I'll chime in.
okay.
So this is someone, I'm speaking as someone who grew up in the church. And it's, and now let me preface this by saying I have not seen the full clip. So if I'm speaking out of context, that's not, you know, that isn't going to be surprising. But for for churches that, are trying to raise funds for whatever reason, I do think that there is a way to go about doing it. I think that is for someone who has never been exposed to that type of approach, it is really a situation where you would be put off by that. But it's, of course, in the day of social media, everyone is going to be triggered by everything. In addition to that,
Yeah.
I do think that his forceful approach was across the line based on this 60 something seconds that we have seen without having any context. Um, I mean, in my church, we've done things like that where, we're raising for whatever we're raising for. And they, especially when you have a larger congregation and you're in a place where you can accept any type of giving online.
Yeah.
You know, you have people who are led spiritually to give.
Yes.
I did that last week. I won't say the amount that I gave. However, I spiritually felt led to plant that type of seed.
Yes.
And so with that being said, I know that it happens. But I also have been on the other side of that where it wasn't my week to give.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk
And
about it.
so you can't you can't expect, first of all, expectations lead to disappointments.
Ooh.
And so you can't go to any type of event and expect everyone to give in any type of capacity, whether it's a church event or a fundraising event for a nonprofit. But I don't know the context, the intention behind him saying this, but I do believe that it does cost to stand up there in the pulpit, and that's not always monetarily. And so I would like to think that he was saying it in a sense that he included it spiritually costs, it mentally costs, because a lot of people are pulling on you in so many different ways when you are a minister, when you're a pastor, when you're a bishop, when you're an elder, when you're an evangelist. Just being
Yeah.
up there in that type of capacity does pull on you. And so I would like to think that he didn't mean it cost only financially. But yeah, I do think that just given my experience growing up in a Black church, this isn't new to me.
Yeah.
But I know everyone's experience isn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do want to say, however you feel, whoever can hear me, your feelings are valid.
Are they?
I
Okay,
do
go
think
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
The reason I say that is because no one can tell you how to feel. However, anything makes you feel, your feelings are valid. But just because feelings matter, they don't govern. And I
Mm,
think a lot of people kind of miss that mark. But that's a whole separate conversation.
talk about it. Talk about it. We'll come back to that feelings matter. Well, not feelings, not matter. But what was it saying? Your feelings are
Feelings matter,
valid.
but they don't govern.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's on the docket tonight, if we get to it. Because some people's feelings are delusions and it's dangerous. Okay.
Hmm.
That's a conversation we get to though. But that's a conversation. Okay. Anybody else want to jump in? Because I did find a longer video. Shout out to you, Simba, for sharing, letting us know it's a little bit longer on TikTok, not on Twitter as well.
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna say this. I
Please do.
feel it's everyone know that churches are 501(c)s, but I want to go to the content of what he did. I saw the longer video, right? Which a lot of times they don't show. He put up $800 of his own money, right? He put out his own pocket because to be a leader and when you're in position, no matter if you're a pastor, bishop, whoever you are, you should lead by example. No one showed the part when he gave 800, but everyone was on. He shut the door. He never said lock the door. And if you have been of a church of order and structure, and older bishops and elders, they do things in order. You're not walking out of that church. You're not moving when it's time to give. It's a certain standard. Pastors, they'll call you out on it. They will be like, no, it's just what it is. It's a respect thing. Even if you are in that church in that moment and someone is telling me to give, that's between me and God, right? So just because he said everyone in here is going to give $20, again, that is your right, what you want to give. What I have a problem with our culture and people, we want to condemn from the pulpit. But if Beyonce get up here and she tell you guys give $100, nobody's not gonna say anything at a concert. But when it
Speak
comes
on it.
the churches, which and I get churches are 501(c)s, but in this conference, we don't know why they was raising this money because a lot of time, I'm not talking about bishops who have nonprofits and taking $1 million money like somebody in Texas, Henderson. Nobody say anything when Henderson got up there and God told y'all everyone in this church give $2,100. No one made y'all just let that fly over your head. He asked for $20. And again, if I'm in church, my pastor just recently told us, hey, something went out. We're gonna pass up a special offering. We take golds, chains, but he was playing, but whatever you gave. If you didn't have it to give, you didn't have it to give. So
Yeah.
for me, those who are making a big deal of it, one, they never been in church, and they never of a church of order. Because if you was in mom and them church back in the days, that little small pew, and you chew gum if you want, they walk up to you, make you take out. So we don't see that now. So what he was saying in the world condemning our people, we make fun of the culture, and it's especially with our people, we just lack knowledge. We just do. But this generation, they're not in a church. So everything to them is funny when they're not submitting to anyone. So when you understand, I just tell anyone in that situation, again, it's your choice what you give. And if you have more to give, more to give. You feel like you don't want to give, don't. And that's your choice. But he was not saying it in a way where social media took it and ran with it and say, he said, close the door. And then you charge him on 1,500 counts of felony charges for
Was
holding
that
people.
real?
Yeah, he really got charged for that. He got arrested and charged for those counts for every individual in the church. He got arrested. That was serious.
Who charged him?
Whatever
Who
whatever
brought
area
forth the
that
charges?
conference was in, whatever the conference was held, the next day he got picked up and held accountable for that.
So this is like a year old. So if you're like, if you don't know, that's absolutely okay. Did the charges happen like the next day after he did it, or did it happen after this video came out?
I'm thinking it came after this video because I didn't know it was a year old. See,
Yeah, this
that's
is
the thing.
old.
That's very
And
telling.
right. And if it's a year old, you can't condemn me on something if no one would complain. So you mad because I took your $20 and you was really going to go Chick-fil-A. Just saying they close on Sundays. But to me, it was more blown up by social media. And
Oh, okay.
sometimes, and I think that's the problem with especially places like the shade room that divide,
Yep.
and especially it's not uplifting, especially us. And you say you for us by us, but yet you condemn everything we do. You don't never celebrate the small wins that pastors are given. They don't talk about like Pastor Mike that has a school, a nonprofit, and he give back out his pocket. He don't even take collection. They don't talk about that because it's not news. So I just say to anyone in that situation, and we have a lot of PK kids, they understand it. Because trust me, some of them not asking for money. Some bishops, they still have jobs. Now,
Yeah.
those who told you that God told you to quit your job, outside item, but we listen, but we don't judge. That's just my opinion.
I'll be judging a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
I listen and I judge too.
Y'all know how I feel about that. So, so I'm just gonna read this. And hey, Tanya, how we doing, friend? We saw, we got in the mix, but we got to acknowledge you. How we doing?
Hey everyone, I'm doing good.
Good. Thank you for coming in. You see what we're talking about. We're talking about shut the doors right now. And hold on, let me make if anybody on YouTube in the chat. Okay, I don't see anybody. Okay, cool. I don't want to neglect anyone. And we just made it to 1,000 followers on YouTube, y'all.
Hey.
Congratulations.
It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, baby. And if y'all want to join the conversation, sorry I can't bring you up here on TikTok. Join us over here on the Zoom app to bring in the chat. Let me see if in the chat, let me see if I can get it. It'd be tripping when I got this thing up right here. But I know it was comparing Beyonce and something with Beyonce never said something. But I want to be mindful before I jump in and throw mine out there. What are y'all thoughts? We can continue the conversation, but I want to make sure everyone can get to express their feelings and thoughts about the clip before I throw mine in. But if you want me to go out, y'all can come in after me. It doesn't matter. But I want to be mindful to listen to everyone as well. All right, about to slide in. So thank y'all for sharing because everything's been said. I agree. Even for the point, like if I was there, if in the moment of life right now, I would have been like, yeah, I ain't trying to hear what he's trying to say. Right now. Like I know from being an active individual in the church, a steward, that are given other ways. Okay. I'm at it's monetary. He's asking for monetary at that moment, but you ain't gonna get that right now. And I know how it's gonna go. And they're gonna, I mean, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be love at the end of the day. But be mindful, every church ain't like that. Just like every family is not like that. Okay. I share it quite often. Some people have been hurt in the place of worship, and I've been uplifted in places of worship. Um, my wife and I are very mindful of where we claim to be our home church. Okay. Everyone's like it's like dating. You can't jump at the first thing that like, oh, this is good. No, no, it's fine what's good for you. At the end of the day, you build your relationship. And with this being something that we're bringing together, and me being leaders in church and being in certain fraternities and things, that I know what it takes to build and grow. And some people may not want to be active physically or volunteering their time. Well, would you able to donate your money then, baby? You know, the things, but we need that. That's how we grow. We can continue this conversation as people in a culture and community, because last week we were just talking about segregating. How you go segregate when we don't uplift one another and grow within the community? Because if you don't do it in the church, y'all really give to another cult. I've seen people, y'all give, listen, do I need to shut the doors here on TikTok? Shut the doors here with everything culture? Hmm. I just be asking people to do free stuff sometimes. Tap the screen if people can't do that at times. You feel me? You know, doing it. And I've seen people look legit. I seen what's it, Miss Nutter hold people hostage, you know? But it's comfortable when people are doing it in certain places. It's not right to hold anybody hostage. And once again, the way he approached it is something I would have said no. But obviously, he has a apology note that I'm gonna read, that he felt comfortable with the people who was around and with for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've had conversations with I have conversations with y'all. When y'all have had conversations with me that we may not have conversations with the open public. Would y'all agree about that?
Correct.
So if you had a family member, for whatever reason, records a conversation, leave out the intentions and the positive connections we have with one another, but put in the part that people may misconstrue. How would you feel about that? How would we think about that? And that kind of goes into the topic mental health and the internet as well. We touched on a little bit last week. You know, if I say something that, oh man, you know, if somebody's sick, we got to pull out the enemas. A lot of people be like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh my God, they give me enemas. Nah, 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 nah. You don't know my culture. You don't know my family. Everybody in my family is going to know that inside joke. If I be like, man, is that my boy Mike in here? What's happening, man? I'm a sidestep if that's him. Um, like being from my high school, if we say let's go Cujo, you know, that if something like that, y'all may not understand that culture. Me and the people who's part of that community and culture is going to understand it. But if somebody bring a camera in and share it and don't is not valuing or respecting the dynamics of it, oh yeah, it's going to blow up. And we see it time and time again that we have people who are just here for the mess and here for the negativity. They're like vampires. They feed off of it. They are, I mean, that's all they do. If you go down that page, it's nothing positive. Nothing positive. And I'm gonna say again, if and I see people that they are, what's it called, a deconstruction of church, pulling away from the church, pull away from it. But it's kind of like you got to keep my church out your mouth. You got to keep my Lord out your mouth. But you can't do that. You cannot, because it's something that you don't like about faith, and you don't like about people coming together. You don't like about people having a relationship with God. Instead of you working on your relationship, you have to destroy somebody else's. That's crazy. It's like somebody coming in, "Okay, what's up, bro? I see you." They're like somebody coming, like Valentine's Day. I see all the time. People hate seeing people happy in a relationship because they're unhappy. baby, don't be like that. And that's how I feel with this. When I looked at it, I like, ooh. Then I like, and I ain't gonna lie, I laugh. I laugh. The one that say never would have paid it. That's my favorite one. Okay, hilarious. But when I tell you, it's just something I'm very mindful of. Okay, but while my guy White Mike in here, what's up, my bro? John Tyler alum. But listen, I gotta say this week, I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna read the apology note that he put out. But listen, I was like, I appreciate. I mean, I saw your note on YouTube. I'm gonna respond to it. What's up, baby? The crazy thing, I love everything culture. I gotta have you on the show one day. Cause we were talking about my high school last weekend, and I tell us I don't think I ever said this to him, but I'll never forget. I thought he was mixed the whole time. I did not know he was fully white because he just part of he just part of the family. He just part of the school. He's so cool. Hold on, let me see. Let me read this note too. You don't think you can have a relationship with God without the institution of the church, and the Bible says you can't. It's in the Bible. And you have to understand what is church as well. The church is when two or more are gathered together in his name. And when you build, it's like having a community by yourself. You can't do it. It's not possible. You know, what was the Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins? That whole ideology, the team of me. That don't it's just you. You have your relationship with God, but to continue to build, you must have the church that he's married to the church. Just like here, if we had pull out the Bible right now, talk about it different perspectives. We're talking about that's not only about we're having church right there. That's it. And for us to be stewards, we have to continue to grow. That is one of the biggest things about it. Now with humans, just like with every other entity in this world, people are going to pervert it and they're going to misuse it. Let me see. What's one of my favorite movies, y'all? Let's see. Anybody know? If Jay will probably go get it, it's gonna be crazy if she gets it too.
The Color Purple.
That's one of them. There's another one that I love, and I love it when I haven't had any women say it's their favorite movie, but me and I know why. I think I know why. Come on, Jay, you should get this. You should know this. It's closest. It's
That's
someone. Come on.
the Color Purple, the only one that's coming to mind right now.
What's It's somebody you love a whole lot.
That's not, narrowing that down because there's a lot of people that I love. Oh, Jill,
Okay,
other than Jill Scott, I don't
that's a
know.
person. The Book of Eli.
Oh, Eli.
The Book of Eli hits on that right there. So much on that people know the power of it. People know the connections and you build when you're trying to you're trying to organize. People could use it for good and evil though. That's the biggest thing. They go try to manipulate your heart and your mindset and your behaviors. So, but we get into that later. But I'm gonna read this note here that Marvin Sapp released. I believe it was 2 days ago. Let me see. Response. Let's add context to the clip on social media. Recently, a clip has gone viral of me challenging 2,000 individuals, individually and virtually and in person, to plant a seed of $20 during an international gathering held at a convention center with over 4,000 people in attendance that evening, plus virtual viewers. In that same moment, I also challenged leadership to lead by example by sowing. I think was it $100 that evening. I personally gave mine. Some have taken the issue with a particular moment when I instructed the ushers rather firmly to close the doors during the offering. To those unfamiliar with the church context or who may not regularly attend church gatherings, this may have been misinterpreted as holding people hostage as well as offensive. That was never my intent. The truth is, when finances are being received at any worship gathering, is the most vulnerable and exposed time for both financially and security, which is true. That's why you have Tylers in certain places. If you know what a Tyler is, you got to make sure people are being protected when that money coming out. But all in all being said, I don't think he meant any true malicious behind it. And people could put their jokes out. That's no matter what. Eh, we have a lot of class clowns with phones out here with access to the internet. That's just the truth. I'm not knocking them for that, but sooner or later, what do you take serious? What do you really take the time and try to get an understanding for? What does this really mean? And what's the value behind it as well? But it's much easier to make a skit, make a joke, get your views up to really get an understanding of what's happening. Or just share your opinion. No matter, because once again, I've been one of those people, okay, that people have taken and they projected their feelings, their hurt on what I actually said it did. And that's why it goes all the way back full circle court. That's why everybody's feelings are not valid. Not with me. It's not. It's not with me. Especially when you choose to be wrong and you choose to manipulate someone else's word to support your perspective. That's why I can't. But I feel what you're saying. Your feelings are valid if your feelings are based off truth and if it's based off a fact. But if your feelings are based off an illusion, you need to get some help. That's my thing. Trust me. You can have a fear. That's one thing too, and you can have a reason. But when you have just I'm gonna judge you. Because that's how I feel. That's how I believe with racism. That's what I believe with sexism. People are basing their feelings on misinterpretations a lot. Because if I base all my feelings, and once again, it's not your action is because usually if you start feeling that way, it's gonna show up in your action. Unfortunately, oh Lord, I didn't make it this way. But hopefully we can have some growth from it. Hopefully no one was harmed and everybody's feelings were resolved, but you cannot ever resolve everybody's feelings, especially the ones who don't want to go to therapy. It's not your job to always pay attention to people's feelings, okay? And I know even saying that right here in this day and age is difficult to hear, but it's the truth. If it is the truth. It is some things that like people would take your intentions and twist and flip it and what if Missy Ed would flip it and reverse it? I said that, okay, but y'all, it's been a good 30 or so. We about to slide out. Y'all know we're gonna be on here on Zoom. We been here a little bit on the TikTok, but we want to say we appreciate y'all. We love y'all as always. Supporting everything culture it means a lot. That 1K, I feel like getting some balloons. I know y'all think it's childish, but I'm so happy. But I'm also, we're gonna talk about it offline. I just got some news right before the live started. We're gonna be talking about it. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all.